Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you're joining us from the world. Wow. It's a cold morning right here. So let me know where you're joining us from, and then give me your three pairs financial instrument for me to analyze. My voice is a bit cracked, but notwithstanding, we'll do our job. So, um, Oguntoye says good morning to you, Raba. Good morning, Oguntoye. How are you? Hope you are doing well. And also, please confirm my audio. If you can hear me loud and clear, put in the chat. I only need your confirmation. It's very important. Things might be well over here, but one way or the other, you may not be hearing me. So that is why I'm asking for you to validate that the sound is okay. Okay? And if it's too loud, let me know. Say waiting for the chat. Oguntoye, is the sound okay? Oguntoye says shows in your voice. Is it the cold? Okay, my audio is clear. So we are going to go straight into the analysis. Mm, So as usual, we are going to start with gold. Gold has been wonderful. Let me take off all of this and start from the monthly. We are going to start from the monthly. Remember what I told you. The monthly, we are targeting this high. Okay? We want to get this high and create a new all-time high. In the chart there, Ubuntu says help with gold, Euro USD, and pounds USD. All right, Ubuntu, I will do that. Those are the first three pairs I'll be looking at. If you are just joining us, what I do this every week. I analyze the market, give you the direction and levels I'm expecting the market to react from. I do this at least once a week. So when you join us and you are new, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that when I schedule a live meeting like this, you will be the first to be notified. Okay, so this is what we used to do. When you just join us on the stream, let me know where you join us from and give me three pairs that you want me to analyze. Okay, so that out of the way, let's go back to the gold analysis. So for gold, monthly, we are heading this way. So nothing much on the weekly, nothing not much on the monthly than a push from this support, the demand area. This is the new demand area. Uh, 1 minute. Let me find a way to mute. Uh, okay, know what to do. Okay, I don't want any disturbance for now. So this is the level where the market begin pushing up. Okay, so we have a base, which is the demand area, a new price that is responsible for this push. So I'm expecting it to get to the all-time high. In my own personal account, I've already closed the trade here at this resistance. Okay, just my personal. I've been holding it from this level here. So it has gone to the resistance. Let me take my profit and then watch what happens. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to mark out that level. As you can see, price is currently rejecting. So the key is that when you take a trade, always take profit at the opening price. So the weekly is also bullish. You can see the push from here. This is where it started. So currently we are at another resistance. So this is where I took my profit. But however, we have to just see what happens. We'll continue going bullish until the market changes bearish. That's what I keep preaching. You go bullish until it change bearish. So how do we approach this? We approach this from the daily. So when I go to the daily, I'm going to mark out possible areas where I want to join or look for a re-entry to this move. So first of all, do we have a close? No, we rejected. This is, that level is probably to be strong. It's a strong level. So I won't be surprised if I say price push lower. Okay, you do this level here, then we continue. But however, it all depends what the daily does today. So for gold, I will ask you to stay put because for me, the movement that started from here has ended or potentially ended here. You can see it's a nice run from this support to this resistance. A new set of price may push price lower. So just in case you want to take a long again, this is the area here. Maybe starting from here. You can attempt a buy. But this is not a high probability setup, not a setup. But it's quite good to take a trade from this level. So that is that on gold. UD says, good morning, Raba. Thanks for your time. Please help with NZD-USD, German 30, and NAS 100. UD, long time. I've not been seeing you in my streams. Why? Okay, so the next one will be on Euro USD as requested by Oguntoye. Our last analysis on Euro USD, you can see our price push from this level. And we are pushing up. But let's go back to factory reset. Let's see what is going on from the higher time frame perspective. And then we walk it down to the lower time frame. All right, before I continue, let's go to the chart. Let's see who are in the chart. Okay, these were the pairs that UD requested. NZD-USD, German 30, and NAS 100. And okay, UD says thanks in advance. You're welcome. Joshua said, good morning, Raba. Gold fed me well. Gold fed everybody. All right. It was wonderful. UD says, I always forget. I am sorry. I just saw this by accident. Oh, it's okay. We all have our busy lives, okay? And YouTube will not even send the notification to those who subscribed. I've noticed that. I don't know if they're trying to suppress my channel. But whatever it is, what I do is that I schedule the live stream a day before. So hopefully you'll be getting notification going forward. Then Christopher says, good morning, Raba Fx. Yeah, good morning, Raba. Good morning, Christopher. Did I just greet myself? Good morning, Christopher. How are you? All right, let's go back to the chat. Don't forget, Christopher, let me know the 3 pairs you want me to look at. And also use the chat to see if those 3 pairs have already been mentioned. If not, you can put another one. Okay, let's go. Euro USD. This was a stubborn level that pushed the price all the way down. But I told you something, the price should be able to react from this area here. But the good thing is that price, 1 minute. Price didn't move from the weekly. Because we did not tap into this level. So the price moved from the daily time frame. Okay. So let me take off this again. So we are going to follow the daily to see if the direction is still bullish. However, we have an obstacle on the weekly resistance. Now, if you are selling, always make sure that the direction is in your favor. Don't just sell because there's a resistance or there's a don't just sell because there's an opening price at the resistance level. Within the VIP, within our mentorship, we have a way to know when the market changes. So if you are interested, simply check the description of this video, and maybe with time I will put the link in the live chat here. All right, don't forget that. I can see more activity in the chat. Okay, UD says they have stopped sending notification. Yes, I noticed. My viewership dropped. Maybe because I've not been active for some months those times. Probably. But I don't think they are just targeting me. I noticed they don't send notification. So why do you, or why did they put it there? Click the notification. But instead I get notification of people that I didn't even subscribe to their channel. I don't know if there's an element of bias or is a new form of algorithm change. We will move, don't worry. Joshua says you need to click on notification. You need to click on notify me once you see the schedule message from Raba. And the problem is you seeing the schedule. Normally, if you click notification and I scheduled a meeting, you should get it. Then once you get it, you then click notify me when I go live. It's a two different thing. The problem is she receiving the notification. The notification is not coming, whereas she has opted for notification. So if YouTube is listening, send notification to all my subscribers that clicked to get notification. All right. So Christopher says, I'm fine. Thank you. We can look at USD JPY. All right. No problem. So let's go back to Euro USD. I will not encourage you to look for a sell here yet. Not that I can sell, but it's high risk trade. So we go to the daily. The market is still bullish. We can try to engage from here. When the market comes in, we can attempt to buy. Worst case scenario, it comes back to the base, to the beginning part. Okay. Whichever way, it's still good to take a trade. Looking at the 4-hour, this is a nice level. So we have our setup here. This level. And if that fails us, because I'm not preaching 100% strategy here, we can expect it to continue here. But the main thing is, once price gets here, pull the trigger. Always put the trigger. Don't hesitate. All right, that is done on Euro USD. So the last one for Gunto is pounds. Pounds USD. It's been long I look at this pair. Can you see what I'm saying on pounds? If pounds breaks is resistant, don't you think Euro USD should do the same? I'm just saying. Okay, so now on the monthly, we are on the monthly support here. Why didn't I analyze this? Because this is a nice place to push up. By the way, let's go back to the monthly. We also close above this resistance here. I don't want to draw the line. You can see the dotted line here. You can see that price closed above it. So this is an encouragement to continue looking for bullish setup. So on the weekly, we closed below, but there was no rejection of any sort. One minute. $138. What I'm doing, I just want to see where the market reacted from. And that was a fresh level. Okay, we have a fresh level here. But I've not been able to see any setup on the weekly. So let's go to the daily. Daily change direction here. From this level. And we are heading to this resistance. The beauty of this strategy is it helps you catch the move early. The moment we have a push like this, there's no need to rush. Okay? All you need to do is just observe and let price reset, and then you can join. So I have this level. What I would say is that I'll put pounds USD on my waiting list. I want to see what happened when price tap in here. Okay, this will be on my waiting list. No clear setup for now. So we move to the next pair. The next pair, this is NZD USD, German 30, and NAS 100. So this is NZD. Let's go. Let's see. That was what I was saying. I marked this area for a buy. Price went deep and then push up. Price went to pick this reverse opening price. Crazy. I would have caught it if I was monitoring it. But I don't mind taking losses on the way down. Maybe I try it. Eventually, this will push and then I recover all my money. All right, let's go to the monthly. Okay. So the monthly, we have this level and this level where price is rejecting from. Our closest resistance is this level. Unless we create a fresh one here, we should be targeting this. I don't want to pick this. I think this has been touched. This has been touched here. So I'm only focusing on the fresh levels. Weekly, first of all, let's look at the recent rejection. For me, this was the recent rejection. That's fresh rejection before we get to this level. So I think this price rejected here. This level coincides with the monthly. This was the monthly level I marked. Let's go back and see. Monthly level. And this is also monthly level. Weekly. Okay. So we add this rejection first. Came in here. Came in here. I won't be surprised if the market range for a while. So for me, since price is approaching here, I will be interested to see a sell setup to sell at least to this level. So let's go to daily. So you can see that level coincide with the weekly. Even though the daily is bullish, this area you have to, if you are in a trade already, you can start taking some profit from this level and this level, because those are decision levels. So once again, my timing for this live stream is off. We can't buy, neither can we sell from this. But your area to monitor is this level. See what happens here. So let's see, we have that room to our daily. Let's see if we can get a setup. I'm still not seeing a very good setup unless price miraculously come back down here. So most of the USD pair, Euro USD, pounds USD, they've already moved. So we have to be patient and wait for a reset. It's like a boxing where you throw your punches, you have to reset. Okay. So don't worry. Just say, Raba, they don't know what to do. Just relax. Once the setup is there, you're going to profit big. So patience, remember, is very important in this game. Price has already pushed up. You can't just join here. Also, you can't just be selling here. It's like you are catching a falling knife. If you are an expert in streaming on YouTube, I will need your assistant in terms of the settings so that the flow, the stream will flow very good. Because I'm getting some notification from YouTube that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So please, I will need help there. Then German 30. This is German 40. This German index used to confuse me. There's German 40, there's German 30. Which one are we going to pick? So I think this is German 30. Take note of this resistance. Price came in there, traded to the all-time high. Now it's pulling back. But the overall direction of the monthly is bullish. However, pay attention to this resistance. Because the month has not ended, it might end lower than that. I've seen a lot of things in this game. So weekly, above that level, you can see above this weekly monthly level, you can see a weekly. Not that it has much to do, but this should give you a clue. And you can see price is not closing above it. And we also created a fresh resistance. Yeah, the price is too close to one another. We have a classic break and retest happening here. The range between the support and resistance are too close. So that is why you are seeing all these weeks happening, because they are respecting those levels. The support and resistance are close and they are respecting those levels. So we move to the daily. Though, from my opinion, bullish is still very strong. And there was a gap that traded above, came back, and then now we are pushing higher. So we are favoring more of the bullish. So as you can see here, daily, let me take off these weekly levels. The setup that you will see here are simply intraday setup. Get in at a level, get out at a level. I won't be surprised if price sell. Okay. So we are moving from here. This is our destination. If you have been in the market from this level, when it gets here, take your profit. Let's go to the 4-hour. Okay. For me, I would have done an anticipation trade when it traded to this area. Okay. But the way it is now, you have to wait for a pullback if you are not in the trade. Because the market closed above this, came back down, tap on this, and it's pushing higher. Today's timing is very wrong. Most of our pairs have already hit the entry level, potential entry level, and then it's pushing up. So I don't have much. I will be monitoring this. A lot of charts needs monitoring. But I know this area is quite strong for the sell. So let's observe and see. For me, no clear entry levels. Let's go to the chart. UD says that the US German 30 and German 40 are the same. Good to know that. They will move in the same level. It's more like saying NAS 100 and US 30 are the same, just because they move in the same level. Because that 10 companies that has been added to the 30 makes it different. Though the difference will not be that clear, because 30 and 10, unlike the US 130, 70 is the difference. So if those 70 changes, they can be significantly different from the 30. Okay, and then the US 100 is only based on technology. I would try and dive into it and see. But as you said, the chart are the same. Then it's okay. Our analysis is still the same. Good to know. Then the last one from UD. What was it again? Okay, NAS 100. I took a trade on NAS 100 yesterday. I will show you where I took that trade. NAS 100, where are you? Here I am. Okay. The bad boy is in all-time high. This was the reminder I set. I did this analysis with the VIP group yesterday. So that was why we were able to get that entry. So the monthly is bullish, nothing to look at here. Everything points to the sky. All right, so let's go to the weekly. Weekly, the same. But no, as I keep saying, when you get to the all-time high territory, you have to be careful. Take your profit once you see a low, maybe a daily resistance or something. Because any moment, price can come down for no good reason, apart from fear. Okay, fear in the sense that people start taking their profit, especially when the big banks start taking profit. And remember, we're approaching the end of the month. They need to keep their books, their record, and they would like to show profit. So as the month is ending and we are in all-time high, don't be surprised to see a bearish week forming there. That is profit taking. So let's go back. The weekly bullish. The next level of support is around here. So it's quite far. Where we are going to see our fun is in the daily. So as I said, The moment price came in yesterday into this level, I started buying. All right. So it gave a drawdown. In fact, it took me out. There's some trade I put a stop loss. It took me out, and then I entered two more around there. Okay, so that is what is pushing up. So daily is pushing up, but we have this resistance. I'm watching this resistance now because we have support broken, becoming a resistance. So price is trading within there. I'm looking at my trade to see if I'm to close the trade, but let's hold it. I don't mind taking a loss. I'll prefer this level as my target. So when it gets here, maybe I'll take the profit. So price is trading within the resistance, and you can see we close below this support, which is not too good. But the direction, overall direction, has not changed. So if you want to join in this, I say price push from here, created a new one here, push. So if price can come back here at 23,051, you can buy. This is a resistance here. The way this market is, it has not fully given me a reason for a bearish move. However, well, let me keep holding my trades. So it's a bullish setup for me. I have no reason to sell. I have no reason to sell because I've not seen my confirmation for a sell. So I'll keep holding this. And with it, I'm in this market. Maybe I'll drop a screenshot in the Telegram group for you to see. So all I'm looking at now is, will these levels be able to hold the price? Because no, this is a daily resistance. Above it, we have this level. If I want to do an anticipation trade, this is a level to sell. But those anticipation trades are quite risky because there's no confirmation for a bearish direction. Remember, direction first before entry. So when you are entering first without the direction, the risk becomes higher. But it's very possible. Okay? But let me stick to my rules and hold my trades. So UD, this is what I can say. But once price gets here, I will take my profit. Why? We are in all-time high territory. And we're also approaching the end of the month. All right, today we don't have much clear setups. Is it that price has moved or price is doing nothing and we have to wait for it? Yesterday was where most of the moves took place. And quite, is it fortunately or unfortunately, I was with the VIP group. So we are done with that UD. What next? Let's look at the chart. I've done you this request. Christopher says USD JPY. Okay, I think that will be the last one. And then if there's enough time, you can chat me up, ask me questions, and I'll try my best to answer. USD JPY. Here we go. Why do we keep missing? Sure, let's see. You can see how strong the monthly level here is. Came back, pushing up. This is our target. But first of all, let's see the overall direction. Let me mark this level. Second touch is allowed. Then here. And we were coming all the way from here. So we are bearish. And currently, price is pushing from this support. Price is pushing from this support. So on the weekly should be bullish. Started moving here. This rejected. We started again here. So we are still bullish on the weekly. So this is the area here. If price can come back here, you start looking for bullish setup. Then where we are going to see our final setup is on the daily. This is a good entry point, but we have pushed already. That is the challenge. If when we are live, price is around there, I would have told you that is a setup buy. But right now, price already push. Okay, for a re-entry, we have already touched this, so let's just wait for this one. This is a re-entry. You can enter the trade from here. So this is our somehow setup. Somehow. So this is it. Price come in here, you can buy. This is more like an anticipation trade. Because the daily is bearish. So this is more like an anticipation trade. That meaning when I say anticipation trade, you don't risk your full lot size.